companion, like you're just a friend?
There was this one, this lady that
Did
she
you
would...
met?
What? There was this lady that said she would pay to have a guy come and cuddle her. Or spoon with her.
There's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
not a bad gig.
Yeah.
For how much, though?
I don't remember how much it was for.
How much would you pay?
You can't complain about that to other prostitutes. You can't be like, this guy just paid me to cuddle with him. It's so boring.
Yeah, that's a good
And
pay.
she was married. Her husband was, I think he was out on in the military, and he was in.
Oh, so that's all she was like looking for?
Yeah, just to be held.
Oh, it's okay.
She needs a dog.
Is it?
For real.
She doesn't
It's frozen.
She doesn't
That
need a
probably
male prostitute.
that would cost more.
Welcome to the 2.5 Amigos podcast. We are here. I yelled again. Every time I get too excited and I start yelling. No, our special guest, this is actually a big moment for us. You are our first female comedian on the show.
So exciting!
It's,
you can tell by the voice. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to butcher your last name. Can you help me out?
Yes, my last name is Hanrahan. So my full name is Brittany Hanrahan.
Oh, Henry.
Last name is super Irish.
That's very cool.
That is, Irish.
That's an Irish.
Well, the thing that's tricky, though, is because I am mixed. My mom's black and my dad's white. So whenever people hear the last name, they always want to put, like, a black twist.
Oh, so they're like...
If
like
they're
make
not
it
sure. One time I was telling a guy, I was like, oh, my last name's Hanrahan. He goes, that is so African.
Oh.
Is it?
What continent? I didn't know.
So how did the rest of the Match.com date go?
You got to swipe left after that conversation. I had to block him.
Okay, good.
Wow.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just give us a little insight onto Brittany's world. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, I've been doing stand-up comedy now for going on 2 years. It has been awesome. The Phoenix scene is great. And at daytime, I'm a speech therapist. So I go to school. That's how I actually make money. This isn't there. This isn't there yet. That pays the bills. I figured it'd be that, or I'd have to do what other comedians do, be an Uber driver or something. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that as a woman. But it's been awesome. I moved here from Colorado.
That is a good way to look at it. Is I haven't seen too many Uber lady drivers.
No, we're already terrified of men walking behind us. Imagine one being behind you in the car.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how you feel in this setting right now then.
She's like, no.
I'm closer to the door. Don't worry. I analyze
you
We
it.
did that on purpose.
Yeah, we did it on purpose.
And you guys are in front of me, too. So.
We gave up the illusion that if you go to that place, that'll open.
Right.
Just a brick wall.
So you said you've been doing. You said you're originally from Colorado. What made you move to Arizona?
So I'm from California.
Originally from California. Okay.
I have lived in all the places that Californians are migrating to right now. Grew up in California, and like a virus, I spread myself to Colorado. I was there for 4 years in college, loved it, and then I came here afterwards because I just got over the snow.
I know what that's like. I'm originally from Wisconsin. Snow is no bueno.
It is horrible. I just remember it was like March. It was 80 degrees that day, and I was so happy, and I was ready to whip out. I had just taken all my dresses out of my closet, put them back, rearranged them, and the next day it snowed.
No freaking
I had a meltdown.
way.
I was like, this has to end right now. I need to go where it's sunnier, cheaper.
Arizona.
It's better.
I had the same experience. The 2 weeks before I moved here, I started talking to somebody that I knew that just moved here, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about it. The week of that, I was going to go buy my plane ticket, get everything. 6 feet dropped in one night, and I was like, okay. The next morning, I'm trying to shovel my mom out of her driveway because, she can't do it. She's mom, so I got to help. Getting mom out of the driveway, shoveling. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why is this a thing right now? Like, I'm done with this.
You question your life choices, especially with social media too. Because I would just sit in my cold ass apartment.
Yeah.
It's a college town. They don't invest. They don't have nice apartments. There was no luxury apartments in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh.
But like, so
I
I'm
think there would be.
No.
Boulder is the place to be.
That was the thing. It was interesting. I mean, they just kept all of the apartments that were around in the 80s, and they were just like, you'll stay here regardless.
Them up
It's
'cause
this
it's
or the
Boulder.
streets. You'll pick your pick.
That must be when they made Boulder, Colorado, like 1980s or whatever, right? Because all
It
the
had
buildings.
to be. Had to be the foundation of that city. It's a beautiful city, but I mean, the people there have been there for so long, minus the college students that cycle out.
Right.
Most of the people have been planted there for a while.
Yeah. How long were you there for?
I was there for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I went to college there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually.
Okay.
But they used to call it the University of California Boulder because so many kids from California would come there.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
And the
So
same-
that's why it changed there. As far as now it's legal.
Oh,
Marijuana
weed,
wise,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
now California is.
It's okay
they
to
are-
talk about marijuana on the podcast. You don't have to like
She
shun
said you
yourself.
had standards, so don't worry about it.
SWAT, get in here!
Yeah. I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
marijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah. The kids are calling it that.
The
Let's slow
thing,
down.
it's so funny though, because when I first moved there, I didn't even know weed was legal in Colorado. I
Oh,
just
so
looked
it
up
was
the
when you
campus
were there.
online. I thought it looked pretty. So everybody, I was like, I want to go here. I like those mountains. I like that view. And then people would come up to me and they would go, oh, you're going to Colorado, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna hit some of that herb. I kept thinking I can smoke weed anywhere. Why are you guys always? Why is this the butt of everyone's joke when I tell them I moved here? And then I went to I had my first dispensary experience. And I was like,
Oh, that's
I
why.
get it.
this is why I'm here. This was my
makes
purpose
sense.
all along, was to come here and smoke weed. It was God intended for me. That was my destiny, was to go and do that.
That's pretty cool. All right.
Very cool.
Next.
Oh, what? Okay.
What happened?
No, you were like getting ready to ask a question. Then this is how this always goes.
And you normally do
So,
do that.
Yeah.
You should have asked like what she just said. Where'd you go to school?
Yeah, I went to school. I went to University of Colorado Boulder.
Sorry, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Oxford.
So
Sorry.
a little backstory to that is we had Dustin Cade on not too long ago,
And Josh?
and
Last week,
and Josh, and we asked Dustin Cade because he was part of the contest with you, which we should actually bring that up when I finish this. We asked Dustin, was this your first comedy contest?
Yeah.
How was this compared to any other comedy? He's like, yeah, it is my first. And Albert
Like
asked
10
this
minutes,
question.
10 minutes passed.
Yeah, we're
Then
going
Albert
on in
comes
a
back.
different topic.
So Dustin,
Was this
was this your first comedy show?
Again?
But he does that all the time, so
Yeah.
it's not even like
and
the first time ever.
And then Josh Harrison, since he was on also, was like, ask him
Ask him
again.
again. After every time passed, he's like, ask him again.
Hey guys, am I on the 2.5 Amigos podcast?
You are?
Yeah.
Oh snap! I'll ask
You
you,
just
that
realized-
again in 30 minutes.
You just realized? Oh, there you go. Where am I at? Nice.
I'll ask you again later.
That means your drink's working.
Surprise!
Surprise. You're
That's
gonna
not
remember.
the soda you thought it
Yeah,
was.
nope.
Blank soda with a twist.
Yeah.
No free advertising.
The straw is not a straw.
It's a Twizzler.
Yeah.
All right.
Come to the 2.5 Amigos where we roofie you.
Yeah, exactly. Stay for the laughs.
It's all on camera.
If you can remember.
Yeah.
If you can remember.
And we're live.
In real life,
In
I
real
said
life.
that.
You know what
that's
though?
awesome.
Girls always think that they're gonna get kidnapped, like regardless.
Well, that's
I
a good
remember
way.
they
You gotta always think that way.
But they tell you when you're little kids, as soon as it's like they find about stranger danger, they always make it seem like they pop out of vans.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you walk past a van, you think it's just gonna like open up, someo's gonna grab you like a spider.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Like I tell my daughter to stay away from the free candy van. Like
Yes.
that's a thing. So,
Is that a thing?
it's a thing.
Yes, it is.
I used to record. Taken inspired me. I would walk with a recorder past the van, so in case anybody can grab me, I could say, "Red hair, plaid shirt, baseball cap, 5'6".
And what do you do to the recorder? Throw it?
It's just case. Dang it!
Take the recorder.
Find it. Come get
I
me.
have it ready as a text already.
This is what he looks like. Go.
So you were one of our contestant winners in the comedy show with Bobby Johnson, Melody Entertainment, that you had won. right?
Yes.
How was that experience? Was this your first comedy contest?
It was actually my second comedy contest.
Okay.
The first one I did was Battle to the Bone at House of Comedy that's run by the Yardley twins. And it was a pretty fun show. You go up and they host it. They have the audience members pick topics.
Okay.
You have to have 2 topics.
Wow.
And 2 comics go up and they have 5 minutes to write a 5-minute set off of those 2 topics.
Oh, wow.
That's
Under
pretty
the
cool.
gun.
Yeah, and then you got to go back up afterwards and perform your set.
Oh.
Wow.
That was tough.
I would imagine.
Did
Yeah.
you bomb, or were you like...
It was, I didn't bomb, but I did make it to the next round. I was one of those moments where I got off and I was like, I don't know if I win or not. Like, that was really good competition. I think I'll be happy regardless. And then they were like, Matt McLaughlin. I was like, I'm pissed. I should have won. In that moment, I was like, damn it, I had a good set.
So how was your experience the night of the contest where you essentially
How'd you
won?
feel?
It was different just because I had a set going in prepared and I already knew what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a really tough night.
Yeah.
That's what I do
It
remember
was, though.
about it.
Yeah.
That,
It was.
like,
That night was the
everybody
best night.
brought it,
Yeah.
which was
Everybody
crazy.
brought it. Like,
Yeah.
I was, when you guys were deciding, I was sitting in the back like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I
It
got
was
off
a
stage
good
because
one.
I was only second, too. So I got off stage and I was like, if the other
Well,
6 fail,
yeah.
then I am in for sure.
There is, so you were second coming up, right? And then we put you as second coming in placing. That was like a tricky thing for us in deciding, because right off the bat when you got off, like, we knew right there, you're like, all right, she's the winner. Like, she won. She won this contest. There's no one else can top this right now.
Yeah.
And then when we came down to
Just backed
it
up.
being like you and Dustin Cade trying to figure out like who's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, like, it was like we had some screwed up point system. So what I'm saying is you really took first place and fucked Dustin Cade. No, but I mean, I'll tell him face to face. I don't care.
Bring him out here.
Yeah.
Up next, Dustin Cade, everybody. Plead your case.
No, not really fuck Dustin
It
Cade.
was
but
good.
I mean, he
Pretty
did great,
funny.
too. And
Yeah,
He did.
I've been seeing him on the scene now for a couple of months, and he's been killing it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody that went up that night, I've just
Yeah.
been seeing, like, hustle left and right. So it was really cool to do a show and have everybody slay. Because it's,
Yeah.
it's a nice victory to still win regardless. But
Yep.
if you go up against people who actually brought it, then
It's
it's
even
that much
better.
more
That was great.
rewarding.
I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. Really, I wasn't.
No.
I was thinking like a few would shine, and then everybody else would just tank.
Yeah,
Bad.
there was a lot of good
And I'm no
ones.
one to judge comedy, but Bobby felt that we
Yeah,
were
you're not.
judges.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not funny. They're not funny.
Yeah,
especially
no,
this
we
guy.
just,
He's
we
not
just
funny.
show up.
But
Show up.
yeah,
That's the
you
beauty
do.
about stand-up, though. We like to give the illusion that anybody could do it. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That is true.
We want people to think that, like, you can
It's
hop up there and
easy,
do it,
yeah.
and then we also love when you try it and then fail at
Fail.
the same time. We love
Yeah.
both of it.
So you bring that up. How do you feel about bombing? Do you think it's well, obviously it's a necessity, right? Like,
Absolute
you need to do it.
necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With bombing, it's hard and it really tests your ego, but it also just shows what kind of comic you are based off of how you bounce back from it.
Okay.
Have you ever intentionally bombed?
No.
No.
I
I
mean,
feel like that
that's-
should be a thing,
it's
though.
Easy.
That should be a
it's
thing.
easy to bomb. You just got to walk up there and say words. That's easy.
So
It's
couch.
easy to bomb. I can bomb every night. You don't
say-
need to practice being
Just
a bad
speak, just
comic.
speak what you see.
That's talent. Being a bad comic.
Cups.
That's just you born
Cups.
that way.
People staring. Couch.
I almost feel like this should be
Pictures.
like a poem thing.
Yeah, I
that
know.
we do.
Yeah, you doing this at the end? Apples. Someone crying in the corner.
Is it?
could be-
Okay.
that's a
Are you
bar,
done?
right?
Are you done?
What are we doing? Where's life?
Yeah.
Right?
Ask those big questions.
So the reason
Yeah.
I bring up a little bombing is,
Oh, you're gonna do that?
yeah, I'm gonna
you're
do it. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
I feel like Brittany
for it.
is like I don't like to bash on people, right?
Yeah, he does.
I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't, right? And I feel like, do you bash on other comics?
No.
No? Are you
Okay.
sure?
I'm a baby comic. I'm not trying to burn bridges. I gotta be nice
I
to
don't know.
people.
I don't know if this one's gonna be a burning, but
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna
Ooh,
be
are we
a
about to
burn.
rip on someone's set?
yeah, Mark,
Did I predict it?
I just saw his face. I was like,
He was like,
what
I'm not
the-
gonna bash anybody.
Yeah.
Listen to this dumbass's set.
You
Yes.
just
Listen.
Just give me a minute. Let me find this. Yeah.
This is so exciting.
It is.
I'm anticipating.
This is actually the first time he has actually asked to come on our show. And I feel... No, I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. So, this guy is Richard
How is
Lee.
everybody tonight? Great? All right.
So it's already starting off great.
Right?
Yep.
Asian comic in the house, all right. Let's get started, right? Right. You know,
Maybe you shouldn't ask questions.
everybody's trying to get into the Ark, you know?
So, the Ark is the place where he works.
You know, even Bugs and Tweety.
I thought you meant like Noah's Ark. I was
That's,
like, yeah, of course.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
the
of
first
course
time
we're
I
all trying
watched
to get
it,
on the Ark.
the first time I watched it, I thought that. Like, the Bugs and Tweety on the Ark.
Yeah, everybody wants in on the Ark.
Yeah, I guess so. So you don't drown.
Yes.
That's how good the Ark is, you know?
It's like this character from the
unfair.
Boondocks. Like if the Boondocks character was a comic.
That is true. That is true.
This is Uncle Ruckus's best friend.
They're running into.
Like he's like black
So
and Asian
here
at
he
the
is
same
too.
time.
Like you can actually see him, like what he looks like.
The Ark is so good. Great.
Look at how many.
That's a pause.
Yeah, that
I
was.
like how he sways from the mic.
You can't have dead air
He
like
kind
that.
of slides into it. Like here comes a joke, slide. Here comes
yeah.
a joke, slide, and another one.
The Ark is
So there's more too. Like it's just a whole. Never mind. But that's bad. Like I can't not bag on that. Shout out to Richard Lee for trying to come onto our show and ask to come on our show. One, but
Hey,
at
but
the
was
same
that like his first?
No,
Okay,
that was
that's-
not his.
That's my only like.
No,
out
that's
for
his
him.
prepared
Like
material.
maybe that was the
He
first
posts
time
that on
him trying.
YouTube. He wants that to go viral.
Yeah,
the
that's-
world must see that set.
So that one was actually 3 weeks ago was posted.
Oh shit!
So he,
I thought that was during
has-
like the
yeah.
shebang era.
he has another one that was just
What was it,
was
Hum?
posted a year ago, which
What's his name,
seems
What's that guy? Shebang.
something
shebang.
hum, right?
yeah.
Oh, baby,
Yeah, well then try that, right? So this is him a year ago.
We got rock rolls, ladies.
That's him.
But no,
I was like, he's delivering it.
he's about to get introed on.
Lee, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it.
Oh, let him hear it.
I like that.
This
little
is why we need a
devil
TV
guy.
so people can
I
see
know
it
he's gonna
while
watch
we're
it.
going. Yeah,
Hey, it's gonna be up this week.
Asian comic in the house, all right.
it's the same shit. This is from him
Already.
a year ago. A year ago.
Good start, right?
And the mic stand's taller than him.
Even the-
So hold.
Albert can relate.
Say that thought. Say that.
And the mic is taller than me, yeah.
Oh, ain't that a bitch?
No, people look down on me. You know,
Ain't
everyone
that a
looks down on
bitch?
me. No, my family looks down on me. God, even Sky looks down on me.
Everybody
God
looks down on
me,
him.
you know? Jeez, everybody looks down on me, you know?
Give it a
down on me.
minute though. Give it a minute.
Everybody looks
Does it
down
get
on me
better?
'cause I'm so short, you know? Gosh. Everybody looks down on me, you know?
You dwelling on shit.
No,
Keep it moving.
I want him to so badly mess up and say, "Everybody looks up on me." I want him to. I want him to mess
But you know
up.
what? You know
You know
what?
what's funny?
Ants. Ants look up at me.
You know what's funny about his set right now, though?
Ants look up at me.
You know what's funny about his set,
Birds.
though? He's on a stage, right? So everybody is looking up at
Yeah.
him.
And he could have ran that way. Hey, but you guys are looking up at me.
We're giving Richard
Tips.
Lee material right
Tips.
now.
Yeah, he's gonna have.
So,
Richard, I hope you're listening. Take notes.
Yeah, he will.
oh no, I'm sure he will. Because the last time we went live, he was like messaging Albert
To
while
be
we were-
on.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, Gav, guys, have me on.
He's a Phoenix comic?
He is not. No, he's from
California.
Fresno, California.
Oh, I know Fresno. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm so disappointed I have not seen him at an open mic at all.
Because you
I
would.
feel like I would see this guy on the block. Everybody's like, we'd at least know about this guy. Like, have you heard about the guy who doesn't adjust the mic stand? It's part of his shtick.
I don't think you can adjust it that low.
That is true. It's probably.
You know, it'd be so messed up if he was like, "How's my set go?" You're like, "Well, you know, man, the bar can't go any lower."
Shit. Perfect.
So what'd you
call
think?
us, Richard. Richard, call us.
We want to hear from you, Richard.
Yeah, right.
Richard, we're sorry.
You may be sorry. I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, the window. Sorry, not sorry. Roll
Yeah.
the window up.
Yeah.
So, before we got onto the mic, you said that you were a fan of Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Game of Thrones is now going to be starting this evening. The new season. You excited?
Everybody's excited.
Last season.
You excited?
I'm so excited. A lot of people are going to die. That's one thing I know for sure.
Yes.
You learn that quickly in season 1. Like, anyone that you hold dear to your heart, no matter how much...
Oh, that is very true.
No matter
Very true.
how invested you are in them.
Exactly.
They could have
That's
saved...
the dad? Like the dad? I mean, like for real?
They chopped his head off. Yeah.
Dude, you love Ned so much.
I do. I
Spoiler
love Ned.
alert for people who don't watch Game of Thrones, and you're an
Yeah.
idiot for not watching Game of Thrones. But
At
either
least
way.
season 1.
And
They
we do
name
not,
drop so hard, it wouldn't even matter.
Right?
Yeah. There's
It's
so
always
many
like,
names.
This
Amy.
is John of the North, son of Eldon. You're like, whoa.
How many descendants is that? You got a whole fucking chalkboard of fucking names. Like,
Before we
you
get
do.
too deep into Game of Thrones, can we talk about the people who don't watch Game of Thrones?
I don't know what they're
like
doing.
8 people. Like 8 people.
There's a good one. 8, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But they always have to make a point of saying, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm maybe that 1% of I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Or I don't get it.
Like
Yeah.
they're doing a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like they're being cool being against society.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry you don't want to be with us. All right. Sorry, I like to be entertained once a week. I don't know what you want from me, but you can go ahead and read a book. Go read the books. They're just as complicated as the show
And
anyway.
they probably read the Game of Thrones books.
Have you read the Game of Thrones books?
Mark read them.
No.
No, I didn't read them.
No,
I
The
listened to the
last
books.
TV
I
spinoff
don't
I
read shit.
read was 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, me too. No, I'm just
He
kidding.
didn't read that. He doesn't read books.
That was a good
No,
book.
I listen. I don't read. Who reads
That's true.
anymore? I don't.
People
That is,
do.
with Game of Thrones, it's like, what is reading at
Yeah.
this point
Yeah.
in life?
There are so much cooler things that happen in the book, though. So I try not to be that book snob, because there are those.
But you still
There are
are.
different
So you're-
Game of Thrones
so
fans,
you're-
right?
so
There's
you're-
like,
You're a half snob because you listen to the book.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Well,
No,
isn't
you
the
still
books,
do.
they're full of much like really heavy details
Yeah.
that the
Well,
TV shows just can't cover.
Tyrion
the wood-
Lannister
the
is
wood
much
snow.
more badass than he is on the show, but they portray him good enough on the show to where like it's not like a.
Is he like a World of Warcraft type dwarf where he just like slays dudes all day?
No, it's
You're
just
like
that
you're like a cool nerd. Right? That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't play that game, but that's a good reference.
So
Oh, yeah, no, I'm very into that
one
world.
reference in the book, I think it was in season 2. Yeah, I think it was season 2, where he got involved in a war with Dad, right? And so he led his Viking type guys, right, off into a battle.
What are we talking about?
In the show, he got knocked out,
Yeah,
and then he woke up on
yeah.
somebody just carrying him on a
Yeah.
flat piece of board to
Like
his
all
tent
dead,
or whatever,
yeah.
right? In the book, he was a super badass and killed like
Really?
8 or 10 people
Oh, snap.
with this like fucking battle axe that he had that was just as tall as him. So
Why did they? I wonder why they changed it.
I just
Well,
Well, they
they
make
have-
his character. He's more brain heavy than anything
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
season. So I
True.
think it's like because they give him those
Yeah.
moments where he does have that bravery, but
Yeah.
for the most part, that's his character.
Yeah.
He will get anything out with his mind.
Yeah.
He will get
yeah,
away with anything.
Yeah. I just think that he
Well, and
in the
he's got that constant internal struggle between his family and what's right, and that's kind of what the problem is. Like that's how they write it. He's at that struggle. I don't know if that's in the book, but if it's more in the episode where he's got that internal struggle, like what's right and what's wrong. I think that's kind of what goes on with him.
so you relate.
Yeah, I do.
It's really tough for us out
Yeah,
here.
it is.
I think in the book,
struggle.
In the book, he is a full circle character. Like he has everything. Like
Yeah.
he can do
Except for-
everything.
except for a
but
hand.
in the show, they want to emphasize
Except for a hand.
on.
Yes,
Yeah.
you would agree.
Well, I mean,
Would you agree?
He doesn't have height. He doesn't have.
Oh, are we talking about the little man?
Yeah.
Who do you think
What
of
the
Jamie?
fuck? I thought we were talking about Jamie. Oh, sorry.
Wrong,
Jamie
bro,
Lannister?
bro.
Yeah.
Wrong, bro.
Lannister.
But he doesn't have a hand.
Wait to be-
But he has the internal struggles of what's right. Well, I guess both of them do.
Well,
That's
Jamie.
true. Both of them do.
I think it's safe to say the whole Lannister crew has issues.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Like
do.
everybody is struggling
Based
internally
on,
in
based
some
on,
way.
do I want to be with my sister or not?
Do I love her? Do I kill her?
I
Like,
don't know. It's tough.
Is she gonna kill me?
Yeah.
is she gonna kill me? Is she gonna
Do
kill
I
all
love
of
my,
us?
my little brother or do I not? I don't know. It's tough.
My son nephew? I don't know what I do.
yeah.
My son
I do.
nephew.
My son nephew.
But he. Yeah. He's not wrong.
Perfect.
though.
I know. That's why I'm laughing. That's perfect.
So give us your prediction. You obviously gave us one. Everybody's gonna die. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
one
a lot
prediction.
of-
But
a lot of
Okay,
people
yeah,
are
so
gonna
give
who do you-
die.
us something
who
that
do you want's
think
gonna win?
might happen.
No, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna? What main character dies? And go.
Cersei. I think Cersei's dying.
Yeah, that'd be,
She
good.
has
That'd be a
to.
good death. That'd be a good death.
I think so. Well, you know what? I think that the good guys are going to prevail in the end because Ned died in season 1. I think that because it started so heavy
And yeah,
So
the
here-
dark.
here's
and that it's just been constant. Evil's got a pretty good track record in Game of
Who's the
Thrones.
good guy though?
Yeah,
Jon Snow.
Yeah,
Okay.
the man.
that's what I was gonna say too. Jon
All right.
Snow.
Jon Snow. I don't think him.
I mean,
or
he died for our sins and he came back.
He did. He died, and the world could not handle it.
Exactly.
I remember Twitter. They were like, "No, this one's
He's
unacceptable.
coming back.
We're pulling the
Coming
plug
back.
on this
We're
one.
bringing him back.
We were fine with everybody else.
Yeah.
Don't take Jon Snow from us."
Did you, when you saw the last episode when he died, did you already think or kind of already predicted or knew that he was going to come back?
No, there were dragons and dead people around.
Okay.
Bringing Jon Snow from the dead is like easy. That's
That's
the
true.
easy
That
work.
is true. That is
Okay,
true.
so you were okay with it. Okay.
What
Yeah.
did you think about the ice dragon this last season?
Oh, at the end?
Oh,
I
at
wish
the
somebody
end?
filmed my reaction. I lost. I couldn't even believe
At the
it.
end, yeah. That
Really?
was freaking great, dude.
You're like, no, there's no way that they resurrected dragon,
yeah.
and they
I
did.
Yeah.
Well, when the dragon went in the ice, I just kept thinking, "Oh, it's dead."
Yeah, I know.
That's,
I never
I didn't.
think,
It
yeah.
didn't think it through
Me
that
either.
it could happen to the dragons. If you know, when people die, they get brought back. So can the dragons. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That was, yeah, it's true.
But when
I
they
agree.
pulled him out, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get this dragon. We
Yeah.
got him."
We got him. Chains.
Dramatic. It was super dramatic too, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then when he attacked the spoiler alert for everybody who's not a Game of Thrones, fuck you.
Or
anyways.
not up to date.
Yeah,
Fuck off,
he
anyways.
attacks the White Castle. Like,
Yeah.
are you serious?
Oh, White Castle. Speaking of that, they're
go
coming
through.
here.
There is going to be a battle scene between
White
him
Castle's
and his
coming?
Yeah,
brothers.
White Castle's going to be here. In
Oh,
Arizona.
yeah, Scottsdale. Yeah,
In Scottsdale.
when I was
In
thinking,
the fall.
when I said White
White
Castle,
Castle.
and you said they're gonna come here, I was all like, Newcastle's
Yeah.
here.
No, White Castle. White Castle. You said
Have
White
you
Castle.
ever had White Castle?
Not in
No.
years. Not since I was a little kid.
Oh,
I
okay.
buy them in the convenience stores, but I've never had them legit.
So I went to New York maybe like almost a decade ago, and I had
Oh my God,
White
was
Castle.
it that long?
I think so, almost.
yeah,
They had-
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
It's
it
not
was-
it's not an establishment you see on the reg.
No.
It's not
No.
like going to get McDonald's.
No,
It's
I
a
would-
Midwest
you
thing.
No,
They
I
made
think.
a whole movie about
No,
how hard
it-
it is
it
to
was
get
nice.
it. Like
Yeah.
it is not an easy thing to get a hold
East
of.
Coast, but not
Oh, is it?
Yeah, not Midwest,
Oh.
East Coast. But
But I thought they were in the Midwest when
no,
that
they were
happened.
in the East Coast, man. Yeah, dude.
Whatever. Go ahead. Just keep telling your story. Go.
Figure out
Tell your New York
high
story.
movies, dude. Like, go back,
Tell-
live your references on your
Tell
high
your
movies.
New York story. Go.
Yeah, so
This guy.
I ended up partying near Time Central, whatever.
No.
Yeah, no,
Times
I went-
Square.
Times Square, that's what. Yeah, Central,
know what Team
Central
Central is.
Station's near Time
Is it?
Square.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry?
no, it is. Yeah.
Time Circle,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
It's
Circle
right
Time.
across-
There you go.
Right
Yeah.
across
Circle
the
Time.
corner.
Yeah.
Circle Time where Albert shows up.
Well, there was a bar there where if you put a 20 on the bar, the bartender, and maybe he just liked us because we were fun and I don't know, whatever. Or yeah. It was open pour basically. So you put the 20 on the table and drinks just kept coming. And
that's a
then-
good deal.
And then we walked away and the 20 was there and we just walked away. Nothing happened. Well, we all separated that night, and I was all like, I am super fucking hungry. And then, like, White Castle came into my mind. Drunk, super drunk, walking around New York by myself, White Castle. Trying to figure it out on my phone. Where's a White Castle? Find one around the block. They're open all the time. They're never closed. In New York, they're never closed.
Wow.
All the time. Walk in, I got like, I don't know. It was a good handful. It had to be at least 20
amount of little
sliders.
ones.
20
That's
sliders.
about right.
And I spent like maybe $5. It was the best experience
Wow.
I had at a burger joint
Now, let me
ever.
ask you, are they really that good?
I was drunk, so you gotta put that as like the asterisk. But
They're
Those are
decent.
different
No,
standards
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're drunk.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
decent,
Oh,
they're
yeah, for
decent
sure.
when they're frozen too, though. Like not bad. I've never had them
and from what you
legitly.
remember.
Like, normal.
Not thawed, frozen.
Yeah.
Straight
No,
from
these
the
are
fridge.
these are
That's
fresh.
hard.
Not
These are
from the
fresh.
microwave.
Yeah, no.
That's how you eat them, frozen.
These are
Nice.
fresh.
Wow, that's a different way.
She
Let's
breaks
try 'em.
teeth as she eats her burger. Yeah.
These are good.
More intense than a popsicle.
Is that how you end it? Like, arr, like a pirate and shit? Arr.
She has her
Pull
fucking
my-
badge on.
Yeah.
It
arr.
makes sense. I live in a
White-
White
it's
Castle,
White Castle
with my
time,
treasure
arr.
chest that I just confiscated on my pirate ship.
Nice.
And I don't have time to thaw it because I'm a pirate. I'm busy. I live a
yeah.
busy lifestyle. I've got a lot of looting to do. So
you
I
have-
just eat it frozen.
So you have a microwave on your boat?
Yeah.
'Cause that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. We got to steal from the Somalians. before
Oh,
we can
of course,
upgrade.
of course.
They
I
got
wasn't
the
going there
microwave.
with the pirates. I was going Pirates Caribbean. I was all like, oh, so she's like on her way to Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Tortilla. I want to go to Tortilla too.
Yeah, we want to go there too because that's the Mexican version, the Amigo version of Tortuga.
You know something wild that happens at Disneyland, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
Yes,
It happens constantly. People's dying wishes will be to be cremated and have their ashes sprinkled in the Pirates of
gross.
the Caribbean ride. That's a really common dying
Oh
wish.
my god.
What?
You know,
They had to shut down the ride once because somebody was sprinkling their lover's
What?
ashes.
Oh my.
That is so
In the water.
fucking
You know how many times I got
gross, but
splashed in
cool.
there?
Gross, but
You know how many dying wishes I've got on me?
Have you guys
So
ever
many
been on the
dreams.
ride? Have you guys ever been on the ride?
Oh,
Of course,
absolutely.
several times. That's what I mean.
So the smog screen that comes down with the fucking tentacle guy, and he's all like, ha, 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 "You're
The
about
end?
to go." No, it's at the beginning.
Whatever.
Where you're about to go into the ride.
Yeah.
Those are all ashes falling down.
Probably true. Probably true. Gross.
Disneyland is one of those times where it's like, it makes sense because you wait so long in line, it feels so slow, and then the rides are slow. It's just, they're like, hey, it was this long to get in there, you're going to have the same experience right when you get on.
That is true.
Everything that you stood there for, you're going to do the same thing, but in a seat. Have
Yeah.
fun. There's Winnie the Pooh.
But
Like, it's
maybe,
just,
maybe that's the problem. It's
So
like,
tell us more about how you're a fan of Disney.
yeah.
I love Disneyland, actually. I think the food is phenomenal. I love the rides. It's just a long line.
Yeah.
I
Everything.
really like Space
Everything.
Mountain, though, because that one.
I'll be
that
honest with
zooms
you.
through.
I went last time I went actually was in about this time of year, April, and we did the whole park in one day. Like
Shut up.
Really?
no lie,
Wow.
whole park.
Both
Did you go on
sides?
Super Bowl
Both
Sunday?
sides?
That's the only day to go.
Both
When
sides?
did you go? You go like the middle of the week or?
No,
California Adventure and Disneyland?
No, it was like a Monday or Tuesday, but it's still at the same time. It was.
Who died that day? You went on a sad day, and you were able to go. What celebrity
funeral.
died
It
that
was a
day?
That's a good question.
That would be
They must have been filming Michael Jackson's funeral, because that's the only way Disneyland shuts
We
down.
did no. I seriously, we did the whole.
Did
fucking
Michael
park
die
that day.
again last year? Shit. I missed it.
That's a reference to one of our older
Maybe-
episodes.
Yeah. We've had
Have you
Michael
ever
episodes.
listened to one of our episodes since we tried to get you on the show?
Just lie and say yes.
You have not.
I have, though.
Oh,
Yes.
Now.
There you go.
You-
There
so-
you go. You're listening now.
No wonder you're so positive right now, because had you listened to the episode where we had Josh Harrison on and Dustin Cade, we kind of talked shit. Not about you, but I mean about you.
Oh,
They were like,
We did?
that light-skinned chick, she's the worst, yeah.
No. There were a couple comments that we were saying going back and forth, and Josh Harrison specifically said he was all like, "Oh, she's gonna give you some attitude for that shit."
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I wish I listened to
Now you
it.
gotta go back. You might have
wish I
canceled
heard
on
it.
us.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not coming anymore. My
There
feelings
you go.
are hurt.
Yeah,
you
you
guys
should.
talked about
Good
me in
job.
the last podcast.
But just check it out and then roll us under the bus.
Oh, snap.
There you go.
I'm
we
excited.
didn't talk shit, but we made particular comments that I can't remember right now. That where Josh Harrison's
think-
like, she's gonna give you attitude for that. Knock it off.
That's
Oh,
true.
thanks, Josh. Shout out to Joshua Harrison
Yeah.
for fighting for my honor. Thanks, man.
I don't
He's a
know
good
if-
dude.
Yeah, I don't know if it was specifically referenced to you either, but it was like,
Well, no, it was. Oh, I
Talking about
remember. I
female
remember now.
comedians? 'Cause I get
Yes,
that a
it
lot.
was. It was female
Okay.
comedians. It was you.
it was yeah,
It was
wasn't
you
me.
talking about female.
So I'm
comics.
curious, what are your guys' takes? Because, obviously there's not a lot of female comics. Like, how do you feel like the standards for female comics are versus guys?
They're not funny.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's really hard
It's
for
hard.
women
It is
to
hard.
be funny
It is hard.
because we've been put in this box that we're these dainty people, and we're never the fun ones. Like, we're always the mean ones. We're the ones that tell you to go to bed or, like, brush your teeth. Like, we're never
Why are you yelling at me?
viewed. And, we're always yelling. We're always criticizing you, but we just want you to be better. That's all it is. We see a better version of you.
We're just trying to make it there.
And we just want to push you every day, little by little, until you get there. Because my vision of you is much greater than the you that you probably are at this moment.
That's smart.
That's how women view
That's a
it.
good way to look at
We're
it.
not
I love
being
how you
mean.
twisted this whole conversation.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
We're not being mean. We just know you better than you.
And you're just being real.
Yes.
No, I
dated a
see
guy
that.
who was super healthy. Goal was lived to be 150. I wanted him to have a burger. I wanted him to be more fun. Like, I just wanted him to not be so boring. I knew he could be more fun, but he didn't know that yet.
Right.
We're not together anymore. But he
He still doesn't know that. He still doesn't know that.
Somebody else will try. It's just you got to find the right person that can push you in the right direction properly. They have to know you well enough to change you. I didn't know him well enough to change him like that.
So that kind of brings us back to you being our first comic. Like, we felt it was super special because when you were going off at the contest, like, we were like, we gotta have her on.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like,
You were
she
too
has
good.
to be the first one because they're just. We haven't found anybody else that was worthy of coming on the show.
So that is it's
And
kind of
we have been getting heat from some of our.
Have we?
A lot of our fan base are females. Surprisingly,
Cool.
yes.
that's weird.
It is weird.
They heard
But-
2.5 Amigos. They were like, "That's a margarita dope. I'll sit in on it. I'll listen to
Yeah,
it."
Yeah,
They're just trying to get. They're
They'll
trying.
probably talk about The Bachelor once every
They're
while.
trying to get coupons for some mix.
Maybe they're
They're-
gonna beat
yeah,
us in
they-
on a sale.
Oh, margarita
Who knows?
mix.
Yes.
Work on that.
Yeah.
Work on getting us margarita mix as a sponsor.
You got it, buddy.
Okay,
Jose Cuervo, hook us up.
Jose. No. Just the mix.
Just the mix.
You have to get your own liquor.
Jose Cuervo makes a mix though.
Well, whatever.
Did you guys think that the margarita mix as a kid was like the way you could get drunk? Like you snuck in your parents' cabinet and chugged the
No, I
margarita
never
mix?
tried that.
I never did it.
I did that because it was like the only liquor.
Did you fake being drunk then?
I thought it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Oh
kid
my
pretends
God, this
to
is
be
so
drunk.
weird.
Yeah.
I've had this fake
weird.
beer. I'm wasted. That's every kid ever. Because I always thought what I would do is when my parents would go out of town or they'd go out to dinner, I would always be like, okay, Brittany, you're going to be an adult. One of these days, you are going to have to tolerate these drinks. So I was like training myself for the liquor. And then I would go in and the beer, I was like, ugh, this is gross. And then I would do the hard liquor, ugh, that's gross too. Like brings this awful burn in my chest. But the margarita mix was sweet.
Yeah.
And it was getting you drunk in my mind. So that's when I was chugging left and right. Because it was like
So
the one
good.
sweet, non-alcoholic, alcoholic beverage I could have a hold of.
Yeah, I can't relate to that. I grew up in a place where alcoholism is like a second job and not a problem. So when I first started drinking, it went straight to brandy. So you can't,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make
Took
you
me a while.
offended being a Brittany versus a Brandy that he went to first?
No, my parents, so I actually come from, all my siblings are BRs. Brian, Brett, Brooke, Brittany. We have
Right.
another one, but she's adopted, so she's why, that's like, why did you not give me a BR name?
she's-
But
so her
it
name's
doesn't
Stacy?
matter. Her name is Yakara.
Oh, okay. That was close.
So it's got that African
close.
twist where it's made up. And that's what we did. It's got that little sprinkle on it.
Yeah.
But we were all BRs, and I was the youngest. So my parents, when they were coming down to me, and I was what we like to call a happy surprise. They didn't know I was going to exist in
Aren't
the
we all?
world.
Just like all my
Aren't we
kids.
all?
Yeah, it came out like,
Aren't we all?
So they didn't know they were out of BR names when they came to me. I was not planned BR.
Oh, no.
But so they were torn between Brittany, Bridget, and Taylor, who just happens to be like one of my mom's favorite characters from Bold and the Beautiful. It was those three, and my dad said no to Bridget because it sounded like a French maid. So they stuck with Brittany. I never thought about Bridget like that in my life.
That makes
but
sense. That
I
sounds
would have
right.
been.
Now that you said it, it makes sense.
I'm sure I would have been content with Bridget. I don't think I would have been like, you know what? In another world, I should have been a Brittany.
I have a cousin that's Bridget, and she's like a full blown red hair. She looks like Brave almost, and it's like It fits that
I'm like
Irish
a browner
look.
version.
What's her
of
name?
Brave.
Wait,
Bridget.
who in the Brave movie? What was her name?
I
It
don't
was
know.
not Bridget, was it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, she looks like a Brave. I didn't say her name was
Gotcha.
Bridget. in the movie.
Sorry,
I don't. I mean, I like Disney, but
lost
I'm
there.
not sitting there watching every single Disney movie. Like,
I'm gonna look that shit up because I want to know now. That sucks.
Looking it up.
Are you? Yeah, because
it's like
I
Yolanda.
can't let that go now.
I don't know.
Merida?
It's not you.
I've never seen it.
Mirda.
Oh yeah,
Mirda.
Me-
It's
yeah,
Mirda.
yeah, some with an M. All right, Disney.
Your
We're talking
mom.
about Disney. Speaking
So
of that,
where
Disney.
was the non-BR from then? The adopted one.
Yukara, she is actually my cousin.
Oh, your cousin. Okay.
So she's my mom's sister's daughter, but her parents passed away when she was younger, so then my parents raised her. So she's much, much older than me. But
Oh, she's
yeah,
still from the States, though. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We didn't get her from Africa.
Where I was going, where I
She's
was
actually
going,
my
yeah.
Irish cousin, believe it
Where
or
I was
not.
going with this was
She's very black.
where I was going. She's very black.
Now she's black.
So if we turn the lights off, we can't find her.
Yeah.
She's got that beautiful chocolate skin.
Smile,
Okay.
smile for me, smile. No, sorry, I didn't mean to get. Where I was going with that was.
You guys are some racist amigos.
No, just one.
This one.
Amigo.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
no. Let's not even get this guy started.
No, that's true too.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. No?
Yeah.
Where I was going with that was Coming to America number
Oh,
2.
segue.
Yes.
Okay, that's what it was for.
Okay.
So Moomba strikes again.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Hey, Scotty, can you grab me a water?
Oh,
like, I gotta take a break.
Oh, water. Oh, there we go. Sorry, we're completely unprofessional. We have Amigo dogs and everything that.
Speaking of that.
Here he is, making his fucking limelight. Sorry if you're allergic.
He wants
dogs.
in on the mic now.
Yeah, he
Love
does.
dogs.
Nope, he's not coming, dude. He's got his attention. Nope, you're done.
Have they even given out like a trailer or anything for Coming to America too? They just made an announcement.
No, they just made the
announcement,
announcement.
yeah.
They're doing it, man. They're bringing back like all the '90s, early 2000s
It's
movies.
nostalgia,
It's the
you know?
2-decade comeback for everybody.
Well, they're even making a new Ghostbusters, which is crazy.
Like,
With the original
really?
cast?
No,
Or the new
obviously
one?
not the original because Remus died.
True.
But and then Honey, I Shrunk My Kids. He refuses to do movies. Period.
Yeah,
like, he
but
won't.
That's
he won't,
right.
Yeah, he won't do
Rick
any.
Moranis?
Yeah, he won't
But he
do
did
any.
it, yeah, he did it a long time ago.
He stepped away from Hollywood.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Way
Well, as soon as he
back.
made all that money, he was all like, "I don't need to do this anymore. I don't want to."
Wait,
There
his
was
wife,
another reason.
his wife got sick and she
Yeah,
died.
that's
so
why.
he stopped acting to take
Yep.
care of his family.
Yeah,
That's why. I had
to
read
wait
an
for-
article.
Steal
I
my
had read an
thunder.
article.
Go ahead, steal my thunder.
I was reading an article on that too.
Yeah,
That's
you
what it
were?
was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like I can't even. I feel so old. Like I'm only 24, but I listen to kids talk about these new movies that were like I grew up on. I remember like the new Aladdin that came out. I remember when Aladdin came out for me.
Yeah.
And now this whole new generation is like, who's like, oh, Robin Williams? No, we got Will Smith.
Yeah.
So you bring up
yeah.
Aladdin. You bring up Aladdin. Do you think that Shaq probably would have been a better genie than Will Smith?
Kazam? I don't think know about that.
Yeah.
He already did that.
He did, dude.
He
That's why I
was
think he
the
would
genie before.
That's what you're thinking that he would
Yeah.
be better.
Sam.
Yes, yes. I think
That's how he
would.
grants all the wishes. Just has his poses.
What do you think, Will Smith? What do you think of Will Smith being the genie? On
Oh,
Aladdin?
I love Will Smith. Always have. That's a cool dude.
Cool dude.
I
Okay.
remember when I was a little
He's
kid.
a fresh prince.
He is a fresh prince. I remember when I was a little kid, I asked my mom one time, I was obsessed with Will Smith. I think this was during when he was like, released Men in Black,
Okay.
during this kind of era. Wild Wild West too, that was another one of my favorites. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey, does God know everything? She goes, yeah. I said, well, does he know where Will Smith lives? She goes, yeah, why? And I was like, do you think he could give me his address so I could go tell him how much I like him? She was like, no, Brittany, I think God wants Will Smith to have his own privacy. And I was like, I beg to differ. I think he would really like to hear what I have to say about his acting career.
So
4-year-old
you
Brittany approves of what you've been doing.
Oh yeah, Scott said he had something on
What? On what?
Coming to America. Coming to America.
Well, he had some insight. So
Not-
we jumped into the category a little too early.
Wait.
Because you said Scott had something. He's
No,
like
no.
wandering off
Yeah, I know.
around. This doesn't normally happen. Like, we'll go to the bathroom as we need, but we don't have, like, Amigos just wandering off. He's the half Amigo today.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Fucking God.
Taking
dude.
over.
Yeah.
God.
All right, we'll come back to it. Let's bring up the Nevada one.
There you go.
There you go. We'll talk. You had a lot of comments about this as we were
Yeah,
kind of bringing it up
so-
earlier.
Pahrump brothel faces lawsuit over pay for sex workers.
Yeah, so sex workers want minimum wage, $15 an hour, just like McDonald's. So
That's not enough. That's not enough.
It says brothel have.
I will flip a burger for $15. I'm not gonna suck a dick for $15. That's a cheap ass prostitute. Okay, like no, thank you. Certain things I will do for $15. Sex work ain't one of them. That's for
Ain't on my
sure.
list.
No. Such a low bar. You think their pimps would ask for more? You think their pimps would be like, "Hey, demand $30 an hour"? Like, we need to do better.
that's the thing. Everywhere outside of Clark County in Nevada, prostitution is legal, so they don't need pimps. They just go places
They're independent
to work.
contractors.
Yeah, they go to a place to work, so they get a piece of the pie that way.
You know, what I would like to see though.
Yeah,
I'd like to
the
see a
pie.
sex worker receive like a W2.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. If it's legal there, why not?
No, I'm sure it's like a 1099.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
Even
bought this
independent
G-string and I need my tax
contracted
return
worker.
on it.
She is like. They're saying-
So okay, so if it's 1099, that means it's going to be a Schedule C, and that means there's going to be some write-offs. What are the write-offs? Lube,
Mileage.
mileage,
That's true. What's your
condoms,
mileage?
Condoms. Do they have to provide the condoms?
I mean, honestly, if it's something you can write off, why not?
That's what I mean.
Right?
It's work. It's work related.
I mean, what do we try to figure out what we want to write off on this show? Sex work being one of them.
Yeah, that's one thing.
But they said women's.
What Albert
they
does to
say-
provide for the show.
Pahrump claiming that the
Yes.
brothels should have treated them and other women as employees instead of independent contractors.
that's
So
the
they
thing,
want to
so
be
they
so-time
were-
workers. So they want to be
W2s.
salaried.
So
They
they
want
want,
W.
they want minimum wage.
Yeah, they want W-2s.
Like get minimum wage.
I think they should have it.
Yeah, a W.
They want
they
minimum
should be
wage.
I mean,
employed.
it's happening regardless. They might as well just make it legal.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
if
it
we,
is-
Imagine-
well,
imagine
that's
the
thing.
bonus
Where
slash
the-
commission line.
Where this is, it's legal. So in Nevada, it's
been doing it
legal
for 2 years?
everywhere but Clark County. Clark
Bonus.
County is Vegas,
Yeah.
essentially. So everywhere
Everything
else
Clark
that's
County.
not Vegas, it's legal. So you can prostitute and do whatever any kind of sex act you want for money anywhere that's not Vegas in Nevada.
Wow. You
So
see that?
this place where they're making this contention is it's legal there. So they
So-
want to be a W-2 employee making $15 an hour minimum wage.
$15.
I mean, that's my insight.
Yeah.
Is that the minimum
honestly,
wage?
I'd give it to them.
$15?
That's probably cheaper that's more expensive than on the streets.
It says that brothels in Nevada typically classify workers as independent
But then do
laborers,
you have to give them health care?
requiring them.
Yeah, that's maybe
Yeah.
that's what they
Oh,
want.
that's probably why.
That's going to be where
They
the cost
want
is.
health
Okay, so then you get
insurance.
$10 an hour.
See, they're
Whatever
sick
the
of that
minimum
Obamacare,
wage
dude.
is.
They're sick of that Obamacare, and that's
Yeah.
why they want some premium health insurance. That's what they want. All right.
Well, the house requires
You
that.
can have $15 an hour and your health care.
But you still got to blow
And
dudes.
you-
That's
yeah.
at the end of the day, you
Well,
still
that's-
got to do your
that's
job.
what I mean. What-
you
what
can't
a-
slack off now that you're on salary.
Yeah.
You still got to work
You
just
got to
as
clock
hard.
in, clock out.
You
You,
got-
can't show up for 3 hours and peace out. I need you here for 8.
You keep defaulting to men. Do you think women Okay, our set's falling apart. Do you think that women frequent there too?
I think that
sure.
women absolutely seek
Yeah.
male companions, but I think it's
So
different and
that's
rare.
not where I was
and
going.
more expensive.
I thi- I
really?
Oh, you think a girl on
women-
girl?
Yeah, because this is a female brothel that they're going. So you think females go there too?
Women looking
I'm
for other
sure
women?
that-
Yeah.
I think it might be
I'm
easier
sure,
than
yeah.
just going there to
Yeah,
pay for it.
but also too, probably not, it's a very, very, very small percentage of women seeking women. That's
To
not
pay.
that hard to,
pay.
do.
To pay.
To pay.
To pay. You have to have some real self-esteem issues as a woman if you don't think that you can get another woman.
Hey, I'm just here to just meet some chicks. All right, Rhonda, just go on back. And I'm waiting for you.
Rousey.
She's my
Ronda
favorite.
Rousey?
I love her so much. She makes me feel
Ronda
great.
Rousey, here for my date.
So you brought up the female seeking men companionship. So what's your insight on that then?
With that, I definitely think it's more of a more mature thing for women to do. Probably women who are lonelier to get male prostitutes.
Cat
but
ladies.
Cat ladies.
Yep.
Probably. And probably rich ladies. But again,
I
that...
would say like it's like the businesswoman who doesn't have time to like fucking interact with people,
But
right?
those women tend to just be sugar mamas.
Oh, that's true.
So they have their version of a prostitute is their sugar baby.
So tell
That's
us more
what it
about how
is.
you know about this.
The sugar baby lifestyle is something I've always dreamed of, but never thought I could follow through with. An old man once put his hand on my thigh, and I almost jumped out of my skin. I couldn't imagine going through with it. Like,
Not just
girls
her
will talk
seat.
about it. If they get their tuition paid. They get their whole life set up.
Yeah,
There's like a website.
There
and
is.
like a
It's
whole-
sugar daddies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sugar
There is.
daddies.
And there are girls who will testify and come out, like, they'll talk about in articles about what their experience was like. And they'll say, they don't really talk about it. It's like war. They're like, I did what I had to do, but, like, at the end of the day, I was winning. Like, they get new cars, they get brand new clothes, they get their bills paid. I mean, if my next door neighbor had a sugar daddy and she didn't have any credit card debt and she was telling me about this, I'd be like, that sounds pretty nice. I'm like, you just gotta, okay, you got that new Louis Vuitton purse just for like having
For
sex
showing
for a
up.
little bit. Yeah, I had to work for 2 weeks just to, pay rent. So, like, what do I know? Who knows? Maybe that's a better gamble. You're only young once. You might as well use all your resources while you can.
Smart.
There you go.
Yeah, make sure you keep up on your mileage, though. Count every mile.
Your miles.
For your
I'm trying to do
schedule,
a Ferris Bueller. I'm trying to put my miles in reverse.
I
got
for the
some miles.
Schedule C. Is that what you mean?
I got some miles I wish were not on there.
Those are unpaid miles.
Yeah.
That was the
I got a couple parking
earlier.
tickets
Yeah.
for those miles. I paid for them.
Oh, so you're in the negative then. You're in the negative.
I
You
wish.
lost money.
Everybody wish they could go back at some point.
Of course, but
There's always that guy that doesn't eat a burger.
No.
yeah. And he wrecks you up money wise.
He proved me wrong. He lived to be 150. He punished me. I lived to be 151. I watched the whole thing.
Asians,
Right?
they live forever.
That is very true. It's a gamble, though, because for me, I'm half black, half white. So, like, I might live really long, but, like, I also might die, too, in my 70s. Like, there's not a for sure thing for me. My mom
Right.
looks amazing. She's, like, perfectly sculpted. Everyone thinks that she's super young. My dad looks good, too, but he always gets irritated because people will think he's my mom's, like, sugar daddy. Or his second wife. And it drives him absolutely nuts.
Because the white dudes, they look older. That happens.
Yeah, I mean,
It is what it is.
I'm really 25.
Are you? Yeah.
This is, again, what the alcohol does to you. It ages you.
Age as well.
I can't help it.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Right. So as we wind down the show, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Scott had a top. You had an
did?
opinion about coming to America that we just kind of glossed
Oh,
over.
shit. What happened there?
You were wandering around and we lost you for a minute.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me bring it back. So, my thought for coming to America too was that it's kind of the script is flipped, right? So it's Eddie Murphy's
Go
character,
on.
right, has to then give his daughter away.
Oh, that's what you think the plot will be?
Something like that, where he has to give the daughter away to somebody else, but maybe it's something more modern era where she's like, she wants to go on Tinder and she wants to, like, or the son, either way, like he wants to be
What if
something
it's
more
one of the
involved.
What if it's one of the Koch brothers?
Koch brothers, what?
Yeah.
I don't know that
What's
reference.
this? Who is this cock brother you speak
Do you
of?
know somebody?
Two old white dudes that placed the dollar bet.
Oh, the
Come
ones
on.
from,
it's
they
Coke-
were
I
a
thought it was
spinoff from his
Coke
other
brothers.
movie.
Coke
Koch
brothers.
Koch brothers. Yeah,
yeah.
Koch, Koch, whatever.
Yeah, same
They're
thing.
white
Same
dudes.
thing.
Koch brothers.
Maybe they could be in it. They're
don't
probably they're
remember the
both
Koch
dead.
brothers?
Those guys are dead.
They made a
Those guys are dead.
What porno were you
Are they?
watching?
They had to be dead. They were
They
like
have to be
90.
either dead or
they were like
women.
80.
That's
They were
true. They
80
were
in the
Old
80s.
already.
Yeah. I
They're
was
dead.
watching Coming in America.
Yeah, it's a different
That's
movie.
the porno I was watching.
That's a different movie. Your plot lines are skewed
Yeah, sorry.
because I don't know
Yeah.
how things take off there. But I hope everything pans out great. hope he makes it to America.
What if it's one of their daughters, though? Yeah, they
That's what I just mean.
Or
That's
their
what I just said.
granddaughter, or whatever. Yeah.
No, why is he going to help
Tinder?
them?
On Tinder?
No, it's going to be Eddie Murphy's daughter. It's going to be his and his. All right.
That would be like a really interesting movie if she's just on Tinder, like just the whole camera's zoomed in on her phone. Nope.
100%,
Yep. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
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 So
Coming to Tinder.
There's no plot or anything yet on it.
The plot is them coming back to America.
Again.
Again.
They waited 20 years
Yeah,
to come
to come
right
back.
back.
We may or may not see a hot tub because that was like Arsenio Hall's thing.
That was like
Oh yeah.
Coming to America had a lot of nudity, and it was.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that as a kid. It just went like right over my head.
Yeah, on.
And as an adult, you're like, damn, this is kind of hot. It's like,
You're like,
there's
hold on. I gotta pause the movie first. Do you have a movie that you would pause and toss to? Is that inappropriate?
That's not how women think.
Yeah, I don't think she would
That's
talk.
So
not.
you gotta be in the mood.
Yeah, I
It's
can't just
not-
be like.
yeah.
I
I
have
need
to
candles.
Be, maybe if it was like Thor in the moment, if he did something super cool. But like, I'd have to again be really in the mood, and Thor would have to do something really cool for me
So
to
like
be
when
like.
he, in the first movie, when he like comes down, he like right into the car. No, not that.
I think in Ragnarok when he discovers his thunder,
Oh, there
that'd
you
be
go.
hot. But yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not
he
like a dude.
discovered more than just his thunder.
Not like dudes
but-
where we can just pause and we're like, yeah, any moment right now, any moment, any point. I don't care where we are. All I need is a screen, and I'm good to go. That's not how it works for girls. I wish it was. We'd probably
Thank
be
you, thank
happier.
you for this health education class today.
This is why you needed women on here. You needed
Yeah, I
a woman's
know.
perspective.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Clearly,
we-
beforehand, you guys have been like, girls just jack off and drop the hat, just like we do. They're just like us.
I thought it was the same. I swear. All right, so while we lost another amigo, this fucking,
It's still gone.
yeah, let's move on to we're just gonna avoid his hypothesis.
And
of-
he had his moment
We're
too.
gonna
He
do
was
it.
like, I need to talk about Coming to America,
I know.
the sequel. I will be right back. And then he just doesn't come
He's
back.
gonna keep us in suspense until the movie comes out.
He's going to do more research. That's what he's going to do.
I don't know what's going on with that. Either way, when we wind a show down, we have trash talk. That's a little can right in front of you. There are questions in there. We ask you to pull one or two out.
There he is.
While you're doing that, though, just to give a little
shit, we're gonna
insight
do
of
this?
something, while coming up in one of our future episodes, we are going to be doing what's called a Death Nut Challenge. It has nothing to do with your balls or killing them. Essentially, this Death Nut Challenge is you eat peanuts and almonds that are covered in
Makes sense.
ghost peppers, habaneros, Carolina Reaper peppers, just god-awful heat things.
Yeah.
And me and Albert are going to be the ones that are going to be doing it. Well, Scott's asking us questions during this if he has time to like be a part of the podcast and not run around the house and hide.
Yeah. I'm doing it for fun.
So while you're reading the question, we ask that you answer the question. If it's too risque, because some of them are, just say, hey, pass, and we'll move on to the next one. But then we all answer the question. So while you're answering the question, me and Albert are going to eat a pepper on the show here. And we may or may not get to the answer to the question, depending on how. So which one should we start with? The smaller green ones or the regular green ones?
You don't want to do habanero?
No, we'll do the habanero on our next
do you guys
episode.
need?
okay.
Do you guys need plates or anything?
Oh no, actually you do need to wash them, rinse them.
Oh,
What?
what?
Why didn't you do that before?
Well, yeah.
Because
Why
I
is
stopped
it-
the
we're-
store.
clearly, we're not prepared.
See, this is why you guys need to be pushed. This is why.
Which one? Which one?
This
dude?
is why.
Which
Just
one?
put them in a bowl and then rinse them off.
Which one? The bigger one or the smaller ones?
Doesn't matter.
You like the smaller ones? You like
yeah.
the bigger ones?
Just do the big ones.
What
yeah.
fits better in your mouth? Zing.
The smaller ones do.
Zing.
Dude, you can smell the heat off of those.
Those are those are serrano.
What kind of peppers are they
you
again?
like spicy food?
I
yeah.
do.
Okay.
Okay, we have an extra one. If you want to torture
Have a
it,
nibble.
Yeah, so we're doing this challenge, and like I'm kind of nervous. I like heat. I really like spicy stuff. Like I can handle spice, but at the same time, like I've never had spice like this. The last one has 13 million Scoville units to it. They're like little dust crystals that they sprinkle onto it, and it's not taste. It's nothing. It's just pure heat.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You go on YouTube. A couple of people have done the challenge, and
Most of the white people have died.
Exactly.
Not literally, but
Thank you for
figuratively.
specifying who's doing the challenge. You know that's not black people.
There,
It's
no,
like,
we
hey
had-
bro,
no.
you don't want to know some crazy shit? Let's get some habanero nuts and go nuts.
yeah.
I've watched a couple of them. They handle them like champs, like nothing. And I feel like that's how I'll handle the challenge. Maybe him too, but he's been talking a lot of shit. So I think after the third one, he might like cry.
I'm tapping.
Yeah, I'm tapping out. I can't do this.
I ain't gonna
Can't.
tap out. All right,
So it's a huge challenge. It's like, we have to chew the peanuts for 90 seconds,
And then-
and during that 90 seconds, we're gonna ask Scott to ask us questions, just like kind of rapid fire.
Rapid fire questions.
I feel like at some point we're gonna be like, "Fuck you, Scott. We're not answering any more questions.
Sounds about right.
I can't even handle heat right now." Like it, but eventually. So do you,
So this one, do you want to just all of it or?
yeah. I mean, what do you tell me, dude?
Okay, just do
Dude,
it.
these nuts are gonna destroy us. All right, these nuts.
These nuts aren't gonna swallow themselves, all right?
Yeah.
Got him.
That's true.
Got him.
So you're our guest. Did you want to try one or no?
Sure, I'll try one.
Oh, yeah. She's.
I am a
there you
girl.
go.
I'm more girl than you.
All right. So go ahead and
Just in case if you need it.
Thank
Grab a trash.
Need a water or anything?
Yeah, that'd be
You need
great.
water? Yeah.
That'd be-
Do you want to read the question first, just in
Hold on.
case if things get a little
Yes.
crazy? So grab one of those questions. You got a paper towel? Are you good? You want to grab one then?
Oh, this is like the perfect question for me.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have a napkin here.
What's the?
It is fuck, marry, kill. Iron Man, Thanos, or Thor?
Well, we just talked about this kind of.
I know. The thing is, with these questions, it's tough because when you fuck someone, it's like, yeah, that's a good time, but if you marry them, you're stuck with them forever.
Yeah.
So,
Because, like, Iron Man's got a lot of money, but I don't know if I can handle that ego for the rest of my life. I think I would go. Oh, am I answering?
Go. No,
All
go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
I would
Are you ready?
marry Thor,
Marry
fuck
Thor.
Iron Man, and kill Thanos. Think that's predictable. That man's got to go down.
no, it's not even. Oh, damn, you took it all.
Am I taking a bite?
All right, go ahead.
Am I trying?
It's not,
I'm taking that kind of
fucking
bite.
it's not spicy. Is
I
it?
respect your bite. You were like, I bite with caution. That's the kind of bite I want.
Oh, shit, it is spicy.
Oh shit! It is spicy.
I got one. She,
At first, I was like, it's like a regular pepper. And I was like, no, it's not.
damn, it's not a regular pepper.
Same
Damn.
texture. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
might need one of those too.
What?
Yeah.
Water
Holy
too?
shit. Yeah.
Albert, you want water? You good?
No, he needs milk. He needs something stronger.
Yeah.
Next question.
I got the hiccups too.
Got picked up.
Holy shit. I felt like I ate a carrot that was on fire.
A carrot?
Yeah.
All right.
So Albert, fuck, marry, kill.
Wow, that's
Okay.
got some heat. Ooh, I'm
does.
just picking it up. I just want like a taco right now, though, really badly. Like, am I gonna have this type of spicy? Can I get a damn burrito with it or something?
Here you go.
Who was it? Thanos?
Fuck, marry, kill for Iron Man, Thanos, or
Nice.
Thor.
Okay.
What'd you pick?
And or Thor. I said I would marry. I said I would marry Thor, fuck Iron Man, and kill Thanos. Save humanity.
That's kind of an easy one.
It was. That's why I said it was a perfect question.
Yeah, because we were just talking about how she adored Thor.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Don't touch your eyes. Don't.
Don't
Yeah,
touch your
don't
eyes.
touch him.
I think I got glasses on.
No, we all answered. Did you guys answer it?
No, we haven't answered it yet.
All right, so my answer would be marry Thanos because he has all the rings. I'm gonna have relations with Thor, and I'll kill Iron Man
You kill him?
for his money.
Oh, okay.
Are you
I'm
in the
gonna-
will?
I hope so. If not, I just
Married
kill
him.
him for
I'm
no
in the
reason.
will.
I'm gonna
Kill him for no reason.
marry Iron Man, fuck Thor, and kill Thanos.
I'm kind of interested in seeing Thanos' unit.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you think he has an affinity
So I'll bite the
gauntlet?
bullet on that one.
He has an affinity gauntlet glove.
Maybe. Condom or whatever.
Oh, we should start that. Sell an affinity gauntlet lifestyle.
Well, I'm pretty sure there are thoughts that who have the infinity
Member,
Gauntlet,
the
like,
infinity member.
or something along those lines.
member.
Yeah, no, I'd marry Stark just for the money,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I guess I'm killing Thor. Fuck it.
Oh, I shouldn't have married.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to
So I
kill
should-
your heartthrob.
I
but-
shouldn't have. I shouldn't have married Thanos. Because Iron Man has the money. That sucks. That was a dumb call. I guess I just want to rule the world, universe.
Have a lot of money.
Yeah,
become a
but-
god.
I wanted the rings.
Ooh.
Well, I guess so maybe I was on the right path.
I'm
Talked me out of that.
just really interested to figure out if the unit matches the body. I mean,
Has
that's
Which
the-
part? Which
that's
part?
the thing, right?
He was confident he could wipe out half the world. That's
Right.
big dick energy.
Yeah.
That's
That
not.
is.
Is
It
it
is.
though? Napoleon Dynamite,
That's a
Hitler,
good point.
both had micro penises.
Wait a minute. In real life, or what do you mean?
Not Napoleon Dynamite,
Like, how do you mean?
but Napoleon, yeah, the conqueror.
How do you know? He could be hung. He was just small. It could be like a tripod situation. How would you know that? Like you saw his corpse and shit?
motherfucker, Google.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google fucking.
Hitler is known for
Napoleon's-
having a micro penis.
Some girl
And,
from way
yeah.
back in the time saw Napoleon's dick and was like, history needs to know about
No,
this.
his peen was not up to
I'm
standards.
super glad we did this.
Because now you know you're not going to do Friday. Is that what that means?
No, I'm still gonna do Friday. I just
You're going to fail?
no.
I'm scared for you. He did good.
Well,
He did better than you.
yeah.
He did better than you, and you were my horse. I had money on you. And
I can
now-
tolerate it, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, when we do the next one, when we do the Death Nut, like I feel like the third one, we're gonna be so fucking high off endorphins, like it's not even gonna trigger.
Which part? What you mean, like normal highness, or what do you mean?
No,
Just
and,
the
hot
adrenaline of.
Yeah.
You're not a Heat fan, so you don't
No.
know the euphoria you get when you do eat.
Oh, so
Spicy
that's why you. That's why you literally chase the dragon
Yeah.
because of that.
I think by like when we're about to attempt number 4, like both of us are gonna be so high, like we'll be oblivious as to what's going on.
All right, cool. That sounds fun.
What's the next question?
Do I do one more? Did you do another one? Okay.
One more.
You don't want to do one more?
No, I'll do another. You want to do another pepper? This one? Or you wanna do the other one? What do you
No,
want
I'm
to
good.
do? You're like, no, I'm good. No, I'll eat another fucking.
I'll
I
do
don't
it,
give a
too.
fuck.
Let's do it.
Did you guys eat the whole thing?
Just because
Yeah.
I was dramatic as to what was happening after I ate. All right, here's the thing too. Albert took a little bite.
And then he just got.
I fucking ate it like a vegetable right at once.
So that wasn't what was not.
I
smart.
took a little bite, and then I took a half, and then I took it all.
Yeah.
Is that how Mexicans do it? or- I'm just curious. I don't know. Is that the way to do
When I
it?
eat it, when I eat it
Like,
with
is there a
when I
skill
eat
to it? I don't
when I
know.
eat it with something, yeah, you eat it and take bites.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Mark just like
No,
like
I
the
just
whole.
went, and yeah.
And then that. hit
This
you
was
too
what was
hard.
left after I ate it. The first bite.
So you're not done. Quit being a pussy.
Yeah.
So, next question.
All right.
Next question.
All right. This question is, what is the most ridiculous thing you ever bought?
That's a girl question.
That is a girl question.
That is perfect.
I bought a new
These-
pair of shoes right before rent was due. That's probably the worst thing I bought.
So just to
The most ridiculous thing. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Okay. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? Buy me
Just
some
so
time.
like it's not convenient because you're on with that question. Like there are a
girlness of
handful
that?
of questions in there.
There are some
right?
worse ones.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you want to go worse?
Let's see.
I'm
Are
going to go
there
with
worse
you.
one? No,
don't
I mean
know.
no.
Oh,
we
I
can
like
do your
this
question,
one. This
but-
one's perfect.
I'm going to
What
answer
would-
your shoe question after that. But go ahead. Let's do all three.
What would you do if you were the opposite sex for a month?
So
Well,
how
I
many
would-
chicks
How many
would you bang?
dudes or chicks would you bang?
I mean, that's where we go with
Okay,
this.
so
That's true. No, if I
gonna
was,
go.
I've
That's
always
what
been
I was
curious as a man what it's like to get your dick sucked. It's
wow.
a
Oh.
totally different perspective,
Yeah.
and it's a power thing. Like I've always wanted that to feel that power.
To dominate another guy? Is that what you mean?
Women or
just
men,
chick?
just in general.
Oh, sorry.
Just like I
Because
just
I'm thinking
want
of
to
it
know.
as a gay factor.
You don't
But
feel
is
like
it-
you have the power
Yeah,
when you're giving a blowjob?
It's
You-
not the
all you
same.
need to do is
Do you
bite.
feel okay?
Do
Okay,
you
hold
feel,
on.
do you really feel powerful on your knees?
That's what I mean.
you
So that means
really
that's
feel
the
like-
dude's the dominant there in a sense, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
the dude
I
like,
still
hey,
feel
suck
like
my-
she has like
No.
she
All
can
she
choose
has to
it or
do is
not do
bite.
it.
That's all.
That's true.
Well, that's in a dangerous situation.
There's something about it for men. It's just like you can do it like standing cool. Like there's just something about it that's
Superman
always
pose?
Yeah. It's just,
So
that's
Superman
how I
pose,
imagine
you're
it.
good?
That's like my ideal fantasy.
And it's
like
that
I just
and a cape-
I'm in like
and a
the
cape in the
Superman
wind.
pose
And a
with the
cape in the
cape
wind.
in the
Yeah,
wind.
yeah. I see
and I
that
have my
too.
lady friend or gentleman. I'm free.
whatever. Okay.
That's what I want to know, and I want to know what it would be like to walk down the street and just not have a care in the world at like 2 a.m. I want to walk in the most dangerous alley I can
Wow.
think of and
That's
not
a different perspective.
have
Yeah,
a care in the world.
Oh, so you.
So when you
want,
walk
you
down
wanna
the-
be,
I want to live life dangerously as a man.
you want to be a
is what I'm
black
saying.
man, though.
Well, no, we can
living-
do. You don't do
No?
that. I walk down.
You,
I guess.
you walk down Gilbert.
I know, that's different.
carelessly.
I know,
You
that's
don't
what I
walk
was
down
gonna-
Central
Yes,
Phoenix
I know.
carelessly.
Well, let me say this. My sister, I lived
That's
in.
true. You're right.
I lived with my sister when I first moved here, and she was like right down the street from the light rail. It was still, it wasn't
So
a
that's sketchy-
really
sketchy location.
long walk, but like you could do it.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend was telling us about how he just like got off the light rail and walked home at 11 o'clock at night by himself, and we both were like, "Are you insane?" But as guys, you don't
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
I would just like to be in public places and not think, "Oh yeah, someone's gonna jump me at any
Yeah.
moment." That's what I would really like to do as a guy.
Well, you need to come
Right.
out here then.
Just walk around.
It's just in Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert, you'd be free.
Walk in the suburbs. It's not the same. It's not
You'd be
the
fine.
same.
Well, because you're
I
gonna.
want to gamble.
Yeah,
I
you're
want
gonna,
to
you're
do
gonna
this.
feel safe.
You want to be able to do it wherever you want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want to
Okay.
have that full freedom, and I want to run for president. That's what I think
you
will
could-
happen to me in that
and
year.
you could
You
more
can
as a dude.
win. I would vote for you.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering.
You gotta, yeah, you are. You have to wait 15 years.
And I'd like to mansplain to somebody.
Mansplain.
I'd like to
Speak
do
more on
that.
that. What is that?
That's this new thing. Well, it's not a new thing. It's a new
Just
phrase
explain,
that we've
explain the
done.
man version of things.
So, yes. So what happens is a lot of women feel like when they talk to men about something, they will, whenever they give an answer, they're giving more details because they think that we're not as smart or as intelligent. So they have to mansplain it. But the thing is,
So dumb it down.
that's dumb it down. Or like you have to explain things that you wouldn't think to explain to your male friend. But because we're women, it's like, oh, okay, well, like, what about this? So, for example, if I were to say, oh, okay, I think that women should have abortions, and then all of a sudden a man says, well, you're technically killing a fetus. It's like, I know that. You don't have to explain it to me. Like, that's what that's what we think of mansplaining, is like when you already tell us something that
We
we already know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to do that for a day.
Okay.
I'd like to mansplain to a girl. Like,
think
no,
you could-
this
I
is
thi-
why this is the
I
way.
think you could do that though.
That's
Like,
just called
right now.
nagging. That's not mansplaining. That's nagging.
No, but if you sell it the way you're saying it, you had me sold.
Nagging
Like,
with a twist. It's a push. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Perfect.
So she
That
bring,
could-
she
that
brings
could
that,
be-
she
that could
brings
be-
that up though. There's a podcast out there called Associates Anonymous. It's part of a podcast group, the network that we're in. There's a gay guy that ends up mansplaining a lot of things to his co-host, which is hilarious
Which
because
is
you're
a
like,
straight guy, probably.
Yeah.
no, it's a female.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
She goes by the name Giggles.
Nice.
Is
But
Giggles
it's-
also fighting for prostitution minimum wage with a name like
You
Giggles?
know, I think we need to ask her. but
Should send her a
also
message.
fighting for those wages?
But it's hilarious.
Send a message, but we might
It's
get kicked out of that-
hilarious to
that forum.
hear a gay man try to mansplain things because he mansplains it
from a borderline situation.
Yeah, like in a feminine way. Like it's, I don't know if I would explain it that way, dude, but good
He
job.
kind of touched on
Good
it,
job, bro.
You tiptoed around what's right there. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so the first question for Scott was, what bougie thing did you buy?
Oh yeah.
And then, what would you do as the opposite sex?
Shit, I wasn't ready. Why did you dump that on me?
I'm just gonna dump it on you.
Shit. Most ridiculous thing you've ever bought? That's a stupid question.
Oh,
Why
most
did you put that in there?
ridiculous
Why did I
thing
put that
you-
in there?
Yeah, you're in charge of the trash talk, dude.
I know that. I know. I'm mad at the situation.
These questions are dumb that I put in.
These are stupid, and I agree with you. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is I bought a pair of Jordans that came in a briefcase that were $200. That was stupid.
And
Looking back now, but that was awesome at the time.
Now I know why you're friends with Brian.
Yeah, they were black
That's
though.
his
They were
best
black
friend.
shoes. They were black shoes.
We did an episode where he opened up a $300 pair of Nikes on our show.
It was the
self-tying
shoes.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Now I know why you guys are friends. Good
which
job.
is weird. No, which is weird because he was never big in shoes, really.
Until you
Or-
got big in shoes.
No, I don't know if that was the case. I don't know. He's not. Maybe
So
he
how
was.
do you get big in shoes? Do you like? Is it
So,
flat
okay,
at
so,
first,
okay.
and then you like get hard, and then you're like there.
So I think about it really
How is
hard, and I like shoes, and I think about, God, that guy can dunk, and I really want to dunk like him. Yeah, you're probably right. But no, I think it comes down to the fact that like when I was growing up, like I couldn't have the shoes that I wanted, right, growing up.
Yeah.
So like when I got old enough to get my own shit, so I bought all the Jordans at that time. Like literally, like stupid 20-year-old age, right? So I bought like from 18 to like 25. I was buying Jordans left and right all the time. Everything that came out, everything, all the old ones, all the newer ones, I bought them all, and that was one of the bad purchases that I bought.
Okay. What about you, Albert?
I bought a lot of.
What did that wasn't the only question though? What was the other question?
No, we'll do that one first, then go back.
What? She
What do you
did
mean?
both at the same time.
Okay.
Come on.
Which one do you want to do? No, hold on. I'll read this one too.
Jeez, you guys are not prepared at all.
What do you
Sorry,
mean? How is this?
we're totally.
What would you want to do?
I feel like I screwed up.
What would you want to do as the opposite
So you
sex?
guys are really just improv.
What would you want to do as an opposite sex for the month? What would you do if you were the opposite sex for the month?
You asking me?
For a month?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you want me to do it? You want me to do that one first? I'll do it first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'd probably be a whore. Probably.
You
I'd
take all the
probably
dicks.
walk.
All the dicks.
I was gonna say the same
No,
thing.
I'd be a classy walker of the night.
I'd ask for minimum wage.
Yeah. Minimum wage plus commission,
Straight up.
plus bonus.
From the.
I want the
Why
back
not?
end, which
Yeah.
maybe not so much. Right? I want the back end money. I want the back
for
end.
the back end
I
right
need
now.
the back end money, but not what you're thinking, sir.
That's extra.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
extra.
that's extra.
That's on top of the bonus.
They call
of my
that-
back end
they call
bonus.
that
Can't
going
do my
Greek.
back end money. Yeah, I definitely ask for minimum wage.
Yes.
Right from the top, dude.
So-
Yeah, I think that would be my thing too. I think
You wanna go back in?
No. I think I'd be all slutty and stuff. So for the
Nice.
month,
So,
but with minimum wage, of course.
yeah. Oh.
See,
So you don't want the perks?
You already know where that question
want the
goes with
perks?
us.
I think
Yeah.
you guys would go through what most girls go through. You're like, I'm slutty. This is so much fun. And then afterwards, you're like, what
you're
am I
getting paid.
doing?
You're getting paid.
What's
So,
next now? This
Okay.
is not getting me closer
this
to a
is-
husband.
this is-
What am I doing?
this is a good
But the
question.
good thing is only a month. So
How long? Yeah. How long
good.
do you think it takes for the average walker of the night to flip the script?
I am so sorry.
What do you mean? No, this is a good question. Like, what do you think? Like
Why
you're
am
doing
I
your
the one
thing.
apologizing? Like,
You're doing
I'm
your
usually
thing,
the
right?
one that brings this shit out. Like,
You're doing your thing. You're working the night,
Just on the job.
and you're just on the job, and you're like, "Hey,
regular day.
this sucks, man." So like
I
2
think,
weeks. I
like-
would say like 3 weeks.
No, I
in.
think like your first day.
No way.
First
You
day
think
on the
it's the
job,
first
you're
day?
like, I don't picture prostitution being
It's
like
fun.
all the rage
Walking the front.
of a career. It's-
Everybody that talks about.
All right.
I don't think everyone gets
you're
the pretty woman
asking the
fantasy.
wrong.
So, like,
You're asking a comedian about prostitution.
That's a valid question.
Let's get a porn star on the show, and then we'll ask the question. Okay?
No, that's rude.
Why is that rude?
Because
they get paid to have sex.
That is her job.
Yeah. What's it
prostitution.
Like? When does it get boring? That was your question, was it not?
For me, I feel like I'd already be evaluating my life choices if I'm going into prostitution. It's not like I'm going in this clear-minded. Like I've already made some mistakes. I'm already doing. This is rock bottom it now. I'm not happy to be here at this.
Exactly.
I'm not thinking
That's what I'm
this is enough.
How long is it going to be?
When is it over?
To me, it'd be like a day or two, maybe 3 days.
You're like, how many days would it take to get this?
I think it also depends too on your clientele.
If it's a good experience,
if you've got like solid clientele, you're like, I can hang out a little longer.
Like first two guys give me candies, like that seems nice. Thanks, guys. And then day two was like
you're
I got punched.
I got punched twice.
$1,000
twice a minute. Okay, what? You got punched twice?
Day two, I get punched twice. Then I'm not having fun. Day three, I'm crying.
Here's where you went wrong with the whole situation. You started in a Motel 6. That's your problem.
No, that was a good time.
Yeah, no.
You are cheap.
Day one is good.
You are a cheap one.
Yeah.
No. Day one is by the hour. That's not Motel 6.
No, you're like trying.
He's at the bottom of the food chain.
I'm looking at the bottom. Why are you guys looking? Why are you guys looking midstream?
All the shit you just mentioned, you charge extra to the higher content people.
Okay. I'm sorry. Everyday
50
user.
Shades of Grey.
I'm sorry, everyday user. I didn't know.
$4,000 for the day.
I didn't know that was the name of the game. I'm learning.
If it's out of normal acts of sexual intercourse, it's usually extra.
Sounds good. Expert.
Yeah.
Expert.
I've done my research.
I've done my research.
So Albert's gonna be slutty too, and then what bougie thing did you buy?
Yeah.
What's the most ridiculous thing you ever
See,
bought?
you can't ask this question to him because I tried to get into this where he would like win the lottery and like what exotic thing he would buy. Motherfucker wouldn't even buy a tiger. He wouldn't even Mike Tyson.
Why not?
Like him buying something bougie.
Most ridiculous thing I've ever bought. I don't know, dude. I bought a lot of stupid
Did you buy
shit.
something crazy for Ruby?
That's his wife.
No.
No. Good answer, I guess.
Yeah,
good for
that's a solid answer.
That's good for her.
Everything I buy for her, she's earned it.
She's a great lady. She deserved everything she got.
Come on, there's got to be something you're like, you know what? This probably wasn't the smartest.
That was the dumbest thing I ever bought when I said that.
He's gonna get in trouble.
You didn't buy anything stupid?
I bought a lot of stupid shit, but I just...
Well, yeah, just say one of them.
Yeah.
I get it.
Say the igloo.
There's so many.
The igloo farm in Alaska.
Sticks out.
The igloo farm in Alaska.
Did you buy a street? A freeway?
Albert Street.
Save a polar bear somewhere?
To answer the first question, I'm starting to realize right now the stupidest shit I bought was podcast equipment.
Because Albert. It's true.
This is just gone.
Yeah, and it was your idea, too.
Yeah, but you already know the answer to my next question, or the next question with what would you do? I'd be flicking my bean every day.
Wait, as a chick?
Yeah.
You guys just sound like you'd just be like exactly how chicks, like dudes who'd be women.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't masturbate all the time. You guys would think you'd be like, maybe one day, first 2 days you'd be like, this is great. And then afterwards you'd be like, no, I want to go gardening. Like, now I want to go do something else. I now have the urge.
So we need a time limit.
To go maybe check out a yoga class or something.
We need like
you will, your
72 hours.
Yeah.
A 72-hour window of fun.
Yeah,
so just like
a
whole month,
2 days, 2 days of flipping the bean, and then
a whole month is just
and
too
then
much.
you're strolling the streets.
Yeah. I don't even think you guys would make it after that, especially you guys.
No,
I don't
probably one of us would die.
I miss my penis. Go back to being a guy.
Well, not to mention, like day 3, we'll be out there on the streets too long, and then we're gonna get caught up by somebody.
Well,
who's
you're
looking.
Can be a sex worker.
Yeah.
You can have a
Sorry,
happy. You can have a happy life as a woman for a month.
I just want to flick my bean for a little bit, and then
you can work at like the grocery store and have a better life before you have to be a sex worker.
That doesn't sound fun.
You can go to McDonald's and make $15 an hour before you had to actually go and do.
There's a lot of other things you could do.
Wow.
$15 as a woman.
That made me.
I can't believe you went to sex worker like right off the bat.
He's like sex worker
With minimum wage.
too.
That made me rethink my whole life.
Minimum wage, yes, exactly.
My whole life has been revisited. Thanks, guys.
Well, Brittany, we really appreciate that you came out.
Sorry for everything.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry
glad to
for
be
the
here.
entire.
Glad to be your first lady.
Why don't you tell us what's coming up, where you're going to be, what you're doing, where is Brittany's World going next?
Yeah, I got a lot of shows coming up in the next couple of months. I'll be at CB Live April 25th, as well as the Rebel Lounge April 30th. And then on May 30th, I'll be at Tempe Improv for the Local Ladies of Comedy Round 2.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's going to be awesome.
What?
What about on the 2nd of May?
May 2nd, I will be at the comedy competition.
Yes. So come to light. We're not judging that competition, by the way.
No, bummer.
Yeah.
But we
so you
will
came
be
on
there.
for no reason.
We will be there. We'll actually be doing our show live that episode 2 times that live that day.
Yeah, so we'll be talking to you if
Yes.
you'd like
Oh,
to.
awesome. Absolutely.
Come sit down for a couple minutes, enjoy more sexual harassment. That's clearly what happened today. So we really
Hit or
appreciate
miss,
that
hit or
you
miss.
stuck around for a wall of what just happened.
That wasn't bad. Are you kidding me? Was that bad?
I'm fun. I'm cool. I can hang.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One amigo disappears for a little bit.
This
I
was definitely
I
like an off the
cried.
books podcast
Yeah,
day.
no,
I
this
messed
was
up the
this is
questions.
normal. This is normal.
Yeah, we're all
This is
over the
normal.
place. So again, thank you for coming out. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Right?
Thanks.
Nope.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's good.